Ukraine claims it has launched one of its biggest coordinated drone campaigns yet, targeting Russian maritime logistics, energy infrastructure, and air defense systems in and around Crimea. The operation, dubbed Crimean Switch Off and Operation Molochka, is aimed at disrupting supplies to the peninsula and putting pressure on Russia's military network. Moscow has not confirmed the reported scale of the attacks, but President Vladimir Putin says Russia will respond several times more powerfully. According to Ukraine's 414th Separate Brigade Birds of Magyar, the maritime phase of the campaign has targeted more than 100 vessels over 9 days in the Sea of Azov. The unit says these include tankers, cargo ships, ferries, and tugboats that allegedly support Russia's oil and fuel logistics. Ukrainian commanders say the goal is not to sink large tankers, but to disable smaller courier vessels that transport oil through shallow waters before it is transferred to larger ships offshore. These battlefield claims have not been independently verified. Alongside the maritime campaign, Ukraine says it has intensified strikes on Crimea's energy and military infrastructure. The operation reportedly targeted power substations, the Kuban-Crimea electricity transfer point, a gas pumping station, and multiple air defense assets, including what Ukraine claims were an S-400 launcher, a Pantsir S-1 system, a Tor air defense system, and Nebo-U radar complexes. Kyiv says the objective is to weaken Russia's logistics and military capabilities across the peninsula. Speaking in Moscow, Russian President Vladimir Putin acknowledged that Ukrainian attacks had caused what he described as temporary problems with petroleum products. He insisted Russia's energy system remains resilient and revealed that work has already begun on creating new supply routes that would be much harder for Ukraine to target. Putin also delivered a warning over future attacks.
Our responses will always be reciprocal. Wherever they try to strike Russian territory, we will respond in kind, only several times more powerfully. The enemy will feel it. They already feel it, and I hope they will continue to feel it on an ever greater scale. As for the energy sector, the foundation of Russia's energy system is very strong and reliable. Yes, those are causing us, as they say, temporary problems with petroleum products, but the situation will gradually stabilize. Vladimir Vladimirovich. The main thing is that people understand this, and there is no need to explain it to them. This also applies to Crimea. Work has already begun on creating a supply system that will be very difficult for the enemy to reach. I will not go into details.
Why this matters? Military analysts have increasingly pointed to logistics, not just frontline combat, as a decisive factor in the war. If Ukraine's claims are accurate, targeting feeder tankers, energy infrastructure, and air defense systems could complicate Russian fuel distribution and military resupply into Crimea. However, the reported scale of the damage remains unverified, and independent assessments are still awaited. The latest exchange highlights an intensifying contest beyond the front lines, where fuel, electricity, ports, and supply routes have become strategic targets. While Ukraine portrays its campaign as a major effort to isolate Crimea, Russia says it is adapting by building more resilient supply networks and has warned that future retaliation will be significantly stronger. As both sides escalate attacks on critical infrastructure, the battle over logistics is becoming an increasingly important dimension of the war.